Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk to you about all the books that I intend to read in June, but I will be very honest, I don't think I'll probably get through it all because I didn't get through all of May's TBR, which is okay. I mean, there were quite a lot of books on there, and some of them were very, very chunky. So definitely make sure that you watch that video that's going to be coming out later this week. But make sure that you like this video, make sure that you subscribe, leave me some comments down below on any of these books that, maybe you've read or haven't read or ones that intrigue you. I love to hear feedback from people. Also, make sure that you click the link in the description to head on over to my Patreon. Over there, I have 2 different tiers. In August, we are going to be starting a book club on there, where you guys get to pick what books we are going to read or book series, whichever ones you guys would like. I'm going to be putting up a poll and everything in June so we can start getting that squared away. Also, there's going to be content on there that will not be on YouTube. So if you want to keep up with me there, send me direct messages, or even suggest books for me to read that I will pick out of every single month, maybe 1 or 2. So that's your chance to tell me what your favorite reads are, or books that you think that I will like, or maybe even books that you want some opinions on before you dive into it. Anything goes, right? So without further ado, let's get into the video. Let's go over what I am going to attempt in June. So the first 2 books are books that did not get read in May. I had every intention to, but there's 2 books, The Blood Mercy by Vila Roth and The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. Both of those were like 600 and 700 pages, each. So it took me quite a while to get through all of my books in May. So the first book that's going back on my TBR is Night Chaser by Amanda Boucher. I don't know what this is about. I do know that Amanda Boucher is a very loved author, especially for her Promise of Fire series, I think. I haven't really heard a whole lot about this book series yet. It's called the Endeavor Trilogy. So we're going to give it a shot, see how it goes. I know that it's kind of sci-fi-esque, so I can't wait to dig into that in June. The next one that didn't get read, which was very sad for me in May, is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. This is a very loved series by a lot of people across BookTube, BookTok, and I can't wait to dive into this world. So many people have loved this book. So many people have raved about it. I do have the Once Upon a Broken Heart and the Ballad of Never After books that I do want to read, and I know you don't necessarily have to read this trilogy first, but if I'm going to be introduced to a character in this series that is going to be the main character in that series, I at least want to get some background and get kind of acquainted with the world. So I can't wait to read this. To be quite honest, if I end up loving this, I might just read book 2 and book 3 back to back. So then my TBR may not get read, but we'll see how Caraval goes. I have pretty high hopes for it. All right, so all the new ones that are going to be added. The first one was sent to me directly from the author, and that's called The Flyaways by A.R. Hadley. The author had reached out to me on Instagram. I just gave her some things that I look for in books or things that I like in books, and she just sent me one. I said, surprise me. So I can't wait to get to this one in June. This one is going to be in my top priority because I do want to give her my thoughts and everything because she was so gracious to send me this, and I can't wait to dive into her world and see kind of how the characters are and how the story goes. So The Flyaways by A.R. Hadley. The next one was one of the books that was on my most anticipated reads this year that was coming out, and I ended up canceling my pre-order because I had so many books coming out in April that got sent to me. So I was like, well, I'll just have to put this one on hold since all the other ones had shipped. And then surprisingly, Fairy Loot did a special edition of it, so I don't even need to pre-order it again. But that is Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. I love her writing. I don't know anything about this world. I know that it is a high epic fantasy, so I can't wait to dive into this. And this edition is absolutely gorgeous. I really, really love it. And I think, yeah, it has artwork on the hardcover. So I can't wait to dive into this one. I'm pretty excited to get to that as well and see what her new world brings. And it says that there is shimmering with magic, peril, romance, and heartbreak. And that's what Lee Bardugo says. So we shall see on that one. And the next one I am very iffy about, especially from some of the booktubers that I watch have read this. And I got a special edition, I think, from Bookish Box, if I'm not, yeah, the Bookish Box. And so now I'm just trying to read it because I'm trying to clear out a lot of the Book Box books that I get because I've realized I have so many of them that I need to figure out which book boxes to get rid of, to be honest, because there's some of them that I think that have books for the month that I'm not interested in. And you'll see that in my wrap up for May. But this one is The High Mountain Court by A.K. Mulford. Again, I don't know anything about this. I know it deals with witches. I know that this book can be read as a standalone, that you technically don't have to read the rest of the books because I think they go by different characters in that world. But it's the Five Crowns of Oakrith series. And so like I said, I have mixed emotions. I've heard good things and then I've heard negative things. So I don't know how I'm going to feel, but I mean, it's a stunning edition. I absolutely love it. But we'll see how the book goes and if I end up keeping this. The next one is another book that I got from, let me tell you who it's from, the Bookish Box. Another one that I've heard good things about and then I've heard not so good things about, but it's a stunning edition regardless. I won't keep it if I don't like it, but it's Bow Before the Elf Queen by J.M. Curl. I don't know how to pronounce that. Again, I don't know anything about this. I know that from what I've heard, it kind of is YA-ish. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to like it. I've had a lot of people that like the same, books and reading types that I do say that I'm probably not going to enjoy it, but I at least want to give it a shot. Ooh, these chapter pages. I don't know if you can see that, but that's gorgeous. So anyway, we're going to give it a try. I'm trying to get through not just my physical TBR, but also books that come in book boxes so I can see which ones to get rid of. The next one is, the last two actually are books that were on my video at the beginning of the year about the most anticipated releases of 2023. And so I can't wait to dive into this. My pre-order came in, of course, like a month and a half ago, and I haven't got to it and I'm desperate. But this one is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I like to go in blind. I mean, I know kind of a just summary of what the books are about that I put on my TBR, but I don't read the synopsises. I don't do anything like that. I mean, I may read them whenever I first get them, but I don't remember them by the time they make it to my TBR, so I'm okay with that. I did get an ARC copy as well as an audiobook, like in audiobook format. And so I'm going to be plowing through that. I know it already came out. I'm behind on my ARC reads and I feel horrible, but I'm at least going to get through that. But I can't wait to dive into this world. And then lastly, probably out of all of these books on this TBR, this is my most excited one because it's one of those that came out and I was so excited for it. But it is Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. Now, I am a huge Laura Thalassa fan. I did like her Four Horsemen series. It was okay. It wasn't the greatest, but I do love her Bargainer series. And this book is about the witches that are in the same world as the Bargainer series. So you may not run across, the Fae or the characters that are in the Bargainer series, which I can only hope that Callie and Des will be in here, at least make a cameo, right? Like, I miss them, but I can't wait to go back to that world, visit the witches, learn more about what happened and what's going on and everything. So I don't know if this is going to take place before or after that curse thing that they were breaking in the Bargainer series, but super excited. I know Fabled did a special edition of this, and I wasn't able to get a copy, and now I'm desperate. So I'm going to be on the hunt for those. I don't know if they've shipped out yet or not, but if they haven't, I am desperate. So I can't wait to find a special edition copy of it. But those are all the books that I plan on reading or attempting to read in June. We'll see how it goes. Let me try to see if I can show you. Here we go. It's a pretty big hefty stack, not gonna lie. But definitely let me know down below which ones you have read or plan on reading this year. Are there any on here that you want to buddy read with me? Leave me a comment below or head on over to my Patreon. You can, whenever you sign up as a member, you can send me a direct message. But I'm pretty excited for all of these. I know that I want to read Caraval. I just don't know if I'm going to end up reading all 3 of the books instead of my TBR, so we shall see. But we'll wait for the wrap up, won't we? But I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.